Hey everyone, welcome back for another deep dive. For anyone just joining us, you've probably seen those headlines, right? The Bruce Pack meat recall.
Yeah, 12 million pounds.
It's kind of hard to wrap your head around, honestly.
That's like, what, 100 blue whales worth of meat?
Something like that. And it's not just some obscure brand either. We're talking Costco, Trader Joe's, Target. So whether you're a regular deep diver or just here for the recall rundown because, you actually need groceries this week, we got you. We're going to break it all down nice and quick, tell you what you got to know to stay safe out there. Now we've got our expert back with us again, thankfully, so no need to dance around it. What exactly is Listeria? Why is it causing such a fuss this time?
Well, it's one of those things. 12 million pounds is a lot of food. And people are right to be concerned, you know? Listeria is not nothing to mess around with.
Definitely not. So for our listeners who might be thinking, hold on, I just bought some chicken from Target, what's the first thing they should do?
Honestly, if you've got any Bruce Pack products in the fridge, any at all, doesn't matter if it's your favorite sausage or whatever, just toss it. Better safe than sorry.
It's hard though, right? Wasting food like that.
I hear ya. But think about it. That's what? Probably tens of thousands of packages of meat, maybe more, across, what was it, almost a dozen states? Just not worth the risk when it comes to listeria.
Makes you think twice about that rotisserie chicken, huh?
Right. But in all seriousness, the FDA website, that's your first stop. They've got a list going, all the recalled products.
Makes sense. But what about if you, say, aren't exactly a tech wizard? You don't want to be scrolling through government websites.
Yeah, totally.
No.
Most of the bigger chains, they'll have it up on their websites too, you know, like a banner or a news section or something. And their apps usually too, if you're the app type.
That's helpful. I got to say, this whole thing, it's kind of been a wake-up call. I always figured big grocery stores, they got it handled, right?
Yeah.
Food safety and all that. But this recall, it just shows you.
It can happen anywhere, unfortunately. Yeah.
Exactly. Which is why we're doing this deep dive. So we've covered what Listeria is, how to check if you've got any of the recalled stuff. But how can we try to prevent this kind of thing from happening again?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? Well, one thing I always say is don't be afraid to ask your grocery store, about their food safety stuff.
Like straight up ask them.
Yeah. Ask about their suppliers, their safety checks, all that. They might look at you funny, but hey, you're a paying customer.
Yeah.
You have a right to know, right?
I like that. Put them on the spot a little.
Exactly. Little accountability never hurt anyone, right?
Right.
Right.
Now, for our deep dive regulars out there, we'd like to leave you with something to think about. And this whole conversation, it really got me wondering, how much do we really know about what happens to our food before it gets to the store?
That's a big one. Probably more than we realize, hopefully less than we fear, right?
Yeah, like how much faith are we putting in the system?
And as we've seen, sometimes even the system messes up.
Exactly. Well, on that cheery note.
Hey, knowledge is power.
Very true. All right, big thanks to everyone for joining us for another deep dive. Hope you learned something. And hey, maybe check those fridges one more time, just in case. Stay safe out there, folks.